The Israeli government continues to commit war crime after war crime after war crime. They're now displacing almost 500,000 civilians from Khan Yunis, continuing their genocide of Palestinians, the theft of land in the West Bank, the constant raids and kidnappings, along with torture and terrorism. Uh, the Israeli government continues to act like they're the good guys here, defending themselves, but invaders do not have the right to self-defense, only the people being invaded. And the people here being invaded are the Palestinians. So Hamas is just a group of people defending themselves against an invader, the Israeli government.
Israeli shelling and airstrikes killed dozens of Palestinians near Khan Yunis, Gaza medics said on Monday, as many fled the damaged city. That's after Israel issued new evacuation orders to some neighbourhoods in southern Gaza, in what it said were renewed attacks in those areas. Medics said the Palestinians were killed by tank salvos in some towns just east of Khan Yunis.
So we got innocent people murdered by invaders trying to take over Gaza and the West Bank.
The area also bombarded by air. The Gaza Health Ministry said the dead included several women and children, and that dozens of others had been injured by Israeli fire. The Hamas.
The thing about the defenders of the Israeli government, the defenders of invasion and genocide, they constantly scream Hamas, October 7th, Hamas, yet the Israeli government has murdered 10 times as many civilians as Hamas did on October 7th, and they still think the Israeli government are the good guys. Why would the good guys be killing so many innocent civilians?
Hamas-run ministry does not distinguish between militants and civilians in its death tallies. Outside of Khan Yunis' Nasser hospital, prayers were held for victims of the strikes. Medical staff there said that the situation at the medical facility, where a large number of casualties were being treated, was, quote, out of control. Ayman al-Kawaji, whose sister was killed, branded it a, quote, massacre of civilians, and said many were asleep when the attacks happened. Palestinian.
Wow, murdered in their sleep by a group of terrorists. The good guys don't murder people in their sleep. They don't murder civilians in their sleep and then continue to say they're the good guys. I mean, imagine if there was a serial killer going around your neighborhood and they killed people in their sleep. Would you consider them to be the good guys, even if they were claiming that they were just defending themselves against people? You can't break into somebody's home and then claim self-defense when they defend themselves against you.
Officials said 400,000 people are living in the targeted areas, adding that those asked to evacuate were not given time to leave before the Israeli strikes began. Some families fled on donkey carts, others on foot carrying mattresses and other belongings. Jabba Bet is among them.
We demand the countries of the world and the leaders of the world to look at us in a humanitarian state and see the situation that we are in. We are displaced 3 times a week. We are now displaced under iron and fire. We are being targeted while we are being displaced, and there is also no transportation. The financial situation is difficult. We have no money to travel, to go and return. Our situation is difficult.
Imagine if this was World War II. You can exchange Jewish people for Palestinians and Nazi Germany for Zionist Israeli government, and that's the same thing is happening. The Israeli government is displacing and murdering thousands of Palestinians trying to live or defend themselves against an invasion, just like how Nazi Germans during World War II were displacing and killing hundreds of thousands of Jewish people defending themselves against an invasion. How can we act like the Israeli government is somehow better when they're doing the same things as Nazi Germany was doing? We can't. Uh, they're they're illegally occupying lands that don't belong to them and committing terrorism and genocide against people.
An Israeli military statement said the new evacuation orders were given due to renewed Palestinian militant attacks, including rockets launched from the targeted areas in eastern Khan Yunis.
So people are defending themselves against an illegal invasion, or well, all invasions are illegal, against an invasion, an illegal occupation. And the Israeli government continually acts like th those people are the terrorists when they're defending themselves against being attacked. Again, it's like someone breaking into your house, attacking you, you defend yourself, and then they claim you're the bad guys for you defending yourselves. How would that make any sense?
The military added that to facilitate the evacuations, it was adjusting the boundaries of a humanitarian zone in Al Mawasi to keep civilians away from areas of combat with Hamas-led Palestinian militants. Israel vowed to eradicate Hamas after militants killed 1,200 people and took more than 250 hostages in an October 7th cross-border assault. Israeli
Compared to the over 100,000 innocent civilians killed, along with the thousands upon thousands of Palestinians kidnapped from Gaza and the West Bank who are being tortured, as there have been many IDF whistleblowers speaking out against the torture by the IDF, along with many Israeli citizens protesting and fighting against the torture and kidnapping of Palestinians. You cannot claim to be the good guys when you're torturing people.
say. Gaza health authorities said the death toll among Palestinians in Israel's retaliatory offensive had exceeded 39,000 as of Monday.
That doesn't include the people that haven't been accounted for. There's still thousands upon thousands of people hidden underneath rubble and stuff, just totally blown apart or buried in mass graves.